Hi everybody and welcome back to another video on the Toon Review YouTube channel. Yet more news coming out of Newcastle United regarding incomings and outgoings. It seems to be changing every hour as we thought it might, especially now that we're in the last 2 weeks of the transfer window. It is getting exciting. You know, some fans think we're not going to bring anybody in. Other fans think, yep, we are. We're very much going to be bringing players in because we need them. We need that squad strength. Now, one player, as it says there on your screen, is it possible that we are back in for Diaby at Bayer Leverkusen? Now, this seems to be reported by more than one media outlet. Now, normally when you see one media outlet report it, you kind of think, maybe's or maybe's not. However, it's, you know, there's a few. And you kind of think when the media come out with more than one source, you kind of think, hang on a minute, is there any smoke without fire? Now, we know that Newcastle United were interested in the summer in Diaby, and something was quoted around £60 million. Now, Leverkusen valued the guy at £88 million, which is a lot more. However, he does have 2.5 years left on his Leverkusen contract, so they're quite well within the rights to say, look, this is what we value the player, take it or leave it. Now, given the situation that Newcastle are in at the moment with obviously injuries, etc., you know, he's somebody that would spark the squad. There's no doubt about it. He would improve what we've already got in the squad, which is what we keep banging on about when we talk about players coming into the squad. We think, right, are they going to improve who we already have? And Diaby, 100% will. Now, we know Leverkusen are having a stinking season at the minute. They're not doing very well in the Bundesliga. I do support Leverkusen as my German team and have done for a long time, and they aren't doing very well. And it's weird because they do have some real quality in that squad, Diaby being one of them. Now, you can understand that Leverkusen probably don't want to lose him in this window because they'll want to keep him till the end of the season at least and then see what happens from there. However, money talks, and if Newcastle United are now prepared to go in with a higher bid, I don't think it'll be 88 million quid, if I'm being openly honest. We might up the bid from 60 to something else, but 88... I'm not sure, but it might take that to get Moussa Diaby out of his contract at Leverkusen, but it excites me. He's a player that excites me. There's no doubt about it, and he excites a lot of Newcastle fans. You know, I've seen a lot of comments on our channel, you know, bring in Diaby, go back in for Diaby. Why aren't we in for Diaby? And quite frankly, I agree. I think we should go in for him because he will rapidly improve our squad. He's a brilliant footballer, brilliant winger with a lot of pace, and he's somebody who will get you off your seat. You know, he'll take players on, and that's what we want to see at Newcastle. We want to see these quality players come through the door, and certainly Diaby is one of them. And I think it'd be a massive, massive coup and a massive statement as well if we can bring in Diaby. Now, Arsenal are also interested in Diaby after, of course, missing out on Mudryk. So there is a chance that Arsenal may well be prepared to fight all the way for this guy. But we know that Arsenal, you know, they've been interested in players in the past and they've lost out. You know, we are with the big boys now, challenging the big boys. We have the money there. That's not being big-headed or anything. That's just stating the facts. We've got the money to bring in these players now. And we've got a real opportunity with Diaby to say, look, we're third in the Premier League. We are heading towards the Champions League. And you could help us get there. You could be one of our main stars for the rest of the season to get us Champions League football, as well as obviously we're very close to a final of a major competition. So there's a lot to say, you know, for our guys to go out there and talk to Diaby if he is interested in coming to Newcastle. So it's very, very exciting, but we will have to see in the coming days what happens with that. But more than one media outlet linking us to him, it's interesting. Now, Newcastle United will not be pursuing Youri Tielemans at the moment. Tielemans' wage demands, which we've spoke about many, many times on this channel, he's expecting massive wages. Now, Newcastle United have been reported that they are not going to smash any wage structure for Youri Tielemans, which I agree with. You know what I mean? I 100% agree with that. I don't think Tielemans is probably worth smashing our wage structure for. You know, I don't think we're at that level to really smash it at the moment. You know, where we are is fantastic, but we need to build and keep building steadily like we are, making progress all the time. But remember what me and Dad said, it's slow and steady progress. We're not just going to go, you know, I think this season's taken everybody by surprise, fair enough, but we're not going to go out there and destroy wage structures that quickly, especially Youri Tielemans, who there's still a question mark. I mean, I've said on this channel I would like to have him at Newcastle. Of course I would. He's technically better than some of the players we've already got, but it is is Tielemans, I don't know, is he a distraction in the dressing room? Is his mood right all the time? I'm not so sure. But at the moment, we won't be pursuing him anyway because of his massive wage demands. Now, Conor Gallagher is another one we've been linked with from Chelsea, of course. He has stated that he does not want to leave Chelsea, despite the interest from Newcastle United. Personally, I think Conor Gallagher needs a move away from Chelsea. The way they're splashing out money left, right and centre on players, he's moving further down the pecking order, and it hasn't quite worked for Conor Gallagher at Chelsea this season. He got in the World Cup squad. Not sure whether he agreed he was playing well enough to do that, but he did. And he's somebody who I think will improve under Eddie Howe. No doubt about that. He will improve under Eddie Howe. He's a very, very good footballer. But if the player does not want to leave his current club, then is there really any point in pursuing it? Because he doesn't want to leave Chelsea, and he's been quite vocal with that this morning as well, that he does not want to leave. Now, Callum Wilson has been quoted in a recent interview saying that he would love Newcastle United to sign Jude Bellingham. Now, before you think Callum's lost his head or anything, he did state that Newcastle United aren't at that level yet to sign that quality of player. He understands the transfer fee and the wage demands that he would need. But we're not at that level yet as a football club. Yes, we're third in the Premier League. We're doing very, very well. But we're not at the level that would make us go out and spend 100 or whatever it is, £1 million on one player. That will come in the future. There's no doubt about that. But Jude Bellingham is someone that's just out of our reach. But Callum Wilson was very impressed with what he saw from Jude Bellingham in the World Cup. But unfortunately, just not at that level just yet. Now, Carl Darlow, a goalkeeper who many people think has been treated unfairly since Dubravka's come back into the club, and I'm probably one of them. Now, I reported a couple of days ago that himself and Ryan Fraser had been told they were free to leave Newcastle United and could leave in this window. Now, that means that obviously Dubravka's there, but the news is that Loris Karius has been offered a deal till the end of the season, and that's practically agreed now. And they're also discussing a longer-term deal for him as well. So whether Karius is actually going to become our number 2 in future seasons, I think that's probably going to happen because Dubravka won't be there. He won't be wanting to sit on the bench. He'll see out this season probably. But Karius knows he has an opportunity to be number 2 in the next few seasons. Now, Darlow has been linked with Middlesbrough, but Huddersfield Town are the team that's come out at the moment and look like they're favourites to sign him. Would that be a good move for Darlow? Absolutely. I've said all along, the Championship, a good team in the Championship, and get back in first team football, playing every week. At his stage of his career, that's what he's looking to do. If he did leave, I'm sure he goes with the blessing of the Newcastle fans because he has been good for us. Whatever you say about Carl Darlow, he's made some vital saves for us at vital times, and he's done okay. He really has. And I think he'll be a really good goalkeeper for a Championship side looking to sort of try and make the playoffs and things like that. So if he does go, good luck to him, but it looks like Huddersfield Town at the moment are favourites to bring him in. Now, Eddie Howe, he's spoken about Shelvey many, many times, hasn't he? And obviously we know it's been disappointing with John Joe Shelvey injury-wise this season. He's just hasn't been able to get going. Now, I did report a couple of days ago that he'd been linked with Besiktas for a £3 million move over to Turkey. Of course, he's got this thing in his contract that if he plays a couple more games, he gets a contract extension. I'm not sure that's what Newcastle United want long term. Obviously, they want to bring younger, fresher players into the club. For me, John Joe's done brilliantly since Eddie Howe's come in. But it looks like if John Joe Shelvey could move, the interest is getting stronger and stronger for Ruben Loftus-Cheek to come in from Chelsea. Now, we spoke about him on transfer shows with me and Alex and discussed, his injury situation and what he could bring to Newcastle. Is he technically or is he better than what we've already got in midfield? I'm not so sure. But what we do need is we need numbers in midfield. We need bodies in. And certainly, Loftus-Cheek would give us that. He'd strengthen the squad again. So would it be a bad option? Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, would you rather, Shelvey go out somewhere like Besiktas and wish him well, and we could bring in a replacement such as Loftus-Cheek, slightly younger, but, is he just as injury prone? Let me know what you think in the comments. And finally, another outgoing is being talked about yet again, linking in the media with Allan Saint-Maximin. Now, I don't think he's going anywhere, guys. I really, really don't. And a lot of people are saying, oh, we want him out. A lot of people are saying, keep him. I don't want to see Maxi leave. I think he's still got a big, big part to play for Newcastle this season. And fingers crossed he gets to do that. But he is being linked with Arsenal again because they missed out on Mudryk. Certainly, Diaby and ASM are on Arsenal's list. There's no doubt about it. ASM has been linked with Arsenal in the past. Now, whatever you think of Maxi, let's be honest, we could do with him for the rest of the season, given the squad at the moment, because it doesn't look like we're going to bring 3 or 4 in this window. Maybe 1, maybe 2, who knows? But Maxi is going to be needed, guys, and whatever you think of him, once he's fit, he's a real terror. And you know, playing around better players that we're consistently bringing through the door, there's an opportunity there for Maxi. I am sure there is. But there you go. That is the news today. There's a lot of it coming through. Obviously, I've just picked a few stories out that I thought might have been interest to you guys. We do have 2 live shows today. Obviously, the transfer show this afternoon will be coming out probably as I release this video or close to it. And, of course, we've got the fan forum tonight. I'm looking forward to that because I want to hear what you guys are thinking at the moment of the way we're playing and, of course, the transfer window. And if you guys think out there that we're going to make any signings. So that is at 8 o'clock tonight if you're watching this on Wednesday. But in the meantime, guys, have a fabulous day. Enjoy the rest of it. And we'll see you soon. Take care.